Hey guys, what is going on? The Zip of RageQuitTV casting round number 3 of the ZOTAC Cup number 18. And we have Time versus DDE. I know his tag says VVV Time. He is now on Infinity 7, so that should be iS.Time. Eventually, maybe we'll update that tag, but right now, well, he just hasn't updated his Battle.net account. You can't really do more than one name change, and even if he wanted to buy another one. So looks like a player is messaging me saying, hey, come in my game, but I got one, and it's going to be a great game. A TVP DDE spawning as the blue Terran and Time spawning as the yellow Protoss. But back to what I was saying, even if you bought a new account to change your tag, your ladder ranking goes away, and that is very important to some people, as you can't just get into Grandmaster. And if you make it into Grandmaster, well, you want to stay there. If you just make another account, you gotta wait for someone to go out of Grandmaster so you can go in. And you gotta hope you're the next spot in, so players don't really like changing their accounts. Just because of that, additionally, you have to lose all your real ID friends right now, so it can be a huge hassle. And we'll see what these players do. It is Shakura's Plateau. I'm assuming both players will go for a semi-fast expansion. DDE most likely will 2-rax, and Time will have to go for a 3-gate expand. I'm saying that because the common thing is to get a 2-rax up, put a little pressure down here, stop the Protoss from expanding while you expand yourself. And as soon as you get your expansion up, well, you can leave this bottom of the ramp because they're going to get like Colossus or something scary out eventually. And then you just walk back home. They can take the expansion, but it's going to be later than yours. Time is going to scout the long base first. This is a 9 pylon scout. He is getting a gas immediately after his gateway, so everything is looking perfectly normal as DDE now moving out at 15. And still hasn't got a gas yet, so it looks like he may go for a gasless expand. And a huge vulnerability to the gasless expand is Stalker play. Blink Stalkers to be exact. Marines without stim don't do well at all against Stalkers. You combine that with Blink, and the Stalkers can just poke up, hit your Marines, then poke back down. This one probe is going to come in, sees DDE, and he will see maybe that one Marine is going to chase the probe, but yes, the probe is going to see no gas, and DDE going for a 1-rax expand very immediately, and we'll see what exactly Time does to counter this. Again, he sees everything that DDE is doing. He doesn't know about that expansion just yet, but the only other option DDE can do right now is like a 6 barracks all-in. So Time should know that Command Center is going down because you wouldn't do a 6-rax all-in in a BO1 and get eliminated from a tournament very quickly. And DDE with this one SCV scout just going to go around the base. We have the Stalker being chrono boosted so it can deal with that SCV. SCV should see that second gas, but no, he is just going to leave the base and return home, it looks like. And one pylon all the way on the edge for Time. This one Zealot is going to attack DDE, is going to see 2 Marines in, and they should be able to deal with the Zealot, especially because the bunker is going to be going up immediately. So Marines just might get their way back, and this one Marine runs in. Did the Zealot get a hit off? Yes, he did, but Marine does get back in. Zealot is going to get attacked by that SCV. His shields are down, so that is permanent damage to the Zealot. A Robo facility on the way for Time, so 1-gate Robo. And I'm curious if he's going to expand off of this, go for a quick Colossus, or do an Immortal timing push. Meanwhile, DDE getting 2 more barracks, has a tech lab on 1, going to be producing Marauders and getting concussive shells. And meanwhile, he'll probably get more and more Marines. I don't think he's going to put any additions on the other 2 barracks. This Robo facility is going to boost out an Observer so he can do whatever he wants. He can see what DDE is doing and try to react perfectly to that. And Time still hasn't thought about an expansion. It looks like maybe he's thinking about it now. His minerals are going up. He's at 400. We have a probe coming down, so yes, he is going to be throwing down that Nexus. We can see Command Center and Orbital Command Center is already done. So he's a little bit behind on that expansion. Going over to the Worker tab, you have 24 SCVs versus 28 probes. But with the 2 mules, I think that puts DDE ahead. And now, just building units, leaving 1 bunker up, and it looks like DDE is going to move out. Going to this army tab, it looks like Time should have a big enough army to easily deal with this by the time DDE gets there. But I don't know, that's all sentries right here, and the sentry's not going on this lower ground. Even if they did, that takes 2 force fields to wall off, and DDE may be poking, he may be hoping that it's this composition. He can lose this army, no problem, as long as he kills these 3 sentries, it will be a victory for him. Observer is going to come, sees all the units, immediately throws down 2 force fields, and DDE just at the bottom of the ramp. He can't keep doing that. Scan does go down to try to hit something, but no, he just couldn't. DDE is going to pull back. But 2 force fields, no real damage there. But wait, is he going to come back in? The observer is looking, and he sees DDE going back. Do these sentries have enough? 43. There's enough for 1 force field right now. Actually, none right now. Oh, no, there's one. 71 MG. This one's about to have 50, so he can easily force field that yet again with an Immortal being built from Time with 3 gates up. And DDE with 1 Marauder back at home. Not sure exactly what that is about. And the Robo facility coming out 4 times, so he is definitely going for Colossus play. And DDE getting his factory up now. There is an observer watching this, so Time. Does he have 2 observers? Yes, he does. 1 in DDE's base and 1 at his own. And DDE going for a very fast 3rd base as that orbital command now coming in. And I'm waiting to see what he does next. He is getting an engineering bay. Probably going to put a missile turret at his ramp just in case DTs come by, because he hasn't seen anything from Time. He just knows that there is an expansion. He kind of has that timing down because he did throw the scan, saw it morphing in. And his response was, let's just get another command center and go really far ahead on the macro. And will that be good, as the Colossus should be turning out very soon. And those Colossus right now will wreck DDE's. Well, he's got a lot of Marauders. Going to his unit composition of 11 Marines, 7 Marauders, and Time is moving out right now. This 1 Marine does see that, doesn't see any Colossus in that mix, so that could be good news for him. And he's just going to be building more and more bunkers. He's got a little bit till Time gets a Colossus count up high enough to actually put pressure on DDE, especially because his Thermal Lance is not researching, and he really needs that to deal with the Bioforce Marauders. I believe both Marauders and Colossus have a 6 range, but Colossus have a speed upgrade, and I think DDE even saw that speed upgrade begin, and the Colossus come out. Time is ready to protect against a drop. He sees the reactor starport, so he knows medevacs can be coming out. But does he? Yeah, he sees that, and he's going to see it again. And more barracks being produced by DDE. He is getting his +1 weapons upgrade, building an armory now so he can get +2 weapons upgrade very soon. We have a forward pylon out from Time over here, but it's not in a position where it can whoop on this low ground. The units will have to walk kind of a long way. So I'm curious what that pylon is going to be for later on in this game. Maybe it's just to spot medevacs. As you look, it is directly in a straight line from that starport. So if a medevac comes down this way without going to the edge, the pylon will see it. Meanwhile, DDE has a Marine on patrol just going between these 2 bases. And he's got sight on this watchtower so he can see if this base gets taken. So DDE has pretty good vision of the map. And now his 3rd base is landing. 55 SCVs, 256 probes. That Thermal Lance just about complete. And we're going to see Time move out any second here. Maybe he's going to get 1 more Colossus, then move out. If he lets his Thermal Lance finish and waits a little bit, this could be a mistake. I think he should put pressure on immediately when that is finished, so DDE doesn't get his Viking count high enough to deal with the Colossus. As we have the 2nd starport now being built, well, it's already done, getting a reactor so he can produce a lot of Vikings extremely quickly. The observer going to come in and see what DDE's army looks like, and I think Time just going to be expanding again. I don't think he's going to put any pressure on. So Time is really confident that he can just deal with a late game version of DDE, and I'm surprised DDE hasn't done any drops yet. He is normally really, really aggressive, but this game, he's playing it kind of safe. Or wait, we have 2 medevacs up here. Has he killed workers? No, not really. So it looks like he tried to do a drop, but it did get fended off. No, he hasn't tried yet. There's medevacs, just see the units. And he throws a scan, sees the army right there. He's going to try poke back here. And I think Time sees this happening, and DDE immediately lives back in, so Time is paying attention. We do have DDE now moving out on this front, going to stop this third base from being built. As the 1 Marine that was on patrol did go down, so he's going to bring some units here and not see the Nexus. And, wait. Nexus goes up. If DDE can immediately turn an attack that it could have got destroyed and not canceled. Oh my god, all the Time's forces pulled back to respond against this. 3 Zealots left in the main. If the medevacs want, they can drop now and deal a lot of damage. Time moving out. So many Zealots there, but they don't have charge. DDE getting bunkers up. Down there has plenty of Vikings to deal with the Colossus. And Time, does he have many Stalkers? No, he doesn't really have that much anti-air to deal with the Viking count. As I say that, he did whoop in some more, but it doesn't look like that many. And now the stem coming off. Those 2 bunkers did get canceled, and we'll see huge engagement going on. Who is going to win this? At the same time, DDE is most likely going to be dropping. Yes, he has a drop going off in Time's main, but will he hold on? This one Colossus does go down, 1 left, and DDE takes out all the Colossus, but he's got all these units to deal with. But this one drop dealing a lot of damage. But Time may just have too many units right here to deal with. And all these probes going out as Time has done a Ninja expand way down here. And the medevacs lift up the units. They're going to be going back home. This command center is likely going to fall. There it goes. And will Time just retreat now? It looks like he does. And now DDE is going to answer by trying to take out the Nexus. Zealots and Stalkers morph in. Not everything for DDE is attacking that. And that could have been why it stayed alive. DDE with some good micro. Lifting up Marines and dropping them so the Stalkers don't hit it. Or just making a mistake on his micro and clicking on the medevac. More Stalkers going down. And where are Time's forces? Down here. And now DDE's taking out all the Stalkers and gonna retreat. That 1 Nexus does live, and he doesn't know about this Ninja expand all the way down here. And now Time is the one on 3 bases, DDE just on 2, but DDE is ahead by about 30 supply. And if DDE scouts this, it will most likely be the game. If he can take that base out, but even if he does scout that, his units are still out of position. He is going to see if Time took his 3rd base. He's not going to see it. He may be a little bit suspicious at this point. The medevac is healing up units right here and going to be going back in. And he's just going to drop on the edge so he can get a full stemmed run as Time moving out yet again. Lots of Zealots and Stalkers going out. And here we go. DDE comes back in. Take out more and more probes. Time is pulling back everything. This is delaying that 1 attack from Time. And surprise DDE. He needs to go and scout around. This 1 Nexus may fall. DDE is going for it. It's gonna go down with 1 Marauder. Had 1 hit left, and that was 1 hero. DDE's like, okay, you're mining off of 1 base. Wait, no, we got this 1 Marine. Is he gonna scout all the bases? Oh, man. Time could be in a lot of trouble now. He is moving out. The 1 Marine is gonna spot this. DDE is gonna see the Ninja expand. And man, he's not going to be too happy about that, but he can just lift up a few Marauders and try to take that out and then try to deal with this Death Force that is moving out. Only 1 Colossus, though, and that's plenty of Vikings to take out 1 Colossus very quickly. And DDE's pulling his SCVs as well. As he doesn't really have too much... He has too many SCVs for what he's mining, so I think he's going to do something with them. And yes, they're forming a wall for those Zealots. EMP does go off. It looked like, maybe it didn't. And it looks like, I don't know what is happening here. Too many units to tell. They're all underneath the medevac. Now the Stalkers are landing. I mean, the Stalkers, the Vikings are landing. And DDE did lose a lot of SCVs, but Time is calling the GG. DDE is victorious that game, and it's probably because he scouted this. Time knew that base was going down, and he wouldn't have any mining left. DDE could have just lifted up and taken that 3rd base again with his main command center, so big props to DDE for taking that game, and we will see who to cast next.